I think we'll begin now. Hello everyone, I'm Nikita, and on behalf of Priya Youth, I would like to welcome and thank you all for joining us for this webinar. I'll just briefly tell you about what Priya Youth is. Priya Youth is the youth initiative of participatory research in Asia. It's a 37-year-old civil society organization working on community development, active citizenship, and inclusive democracy. 2017 से Priya has been engaging deliberately, actively and exclusively with young people across India as part of its Youth and Democracy campaign. Through this program, we try to understand how democratic processes impact the lives of young people in India on everyday basis and also try to support and foster democracy in everyday life. Webinar शुरू करने से पहले I just want to inform the participants that we will be having conversation in both Hindi and English language. इस webinar की recording होगी and आपके साथ next week इस webinar की recording and report मतलब जितने भी registered participants होंगे सबके साथ share कर दी जाएगी. इसके बाद हम लोग एक पोल क्वेश्चन स्क्रीन पे फ्लैश करेंगे एंड आई वुड रिक्वेस्ट यू ऑल कि प्लीज आप उस पोल में अपने ऑप्शंस को टिक कीजिए इफ यू आर कंफर्टेबल. I will just launch the questions. All right. So I'll give you 2 minutes to just read the question and answer your responses. आप मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन है तो आप जितने भी चॉइसेस हैं जितने भी चॉइसेस आपको लगता है आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया है एंड यू आर कंफर्टेबल इन टेलिंग अस आप प्लीज उस पर टिक कर दीजिएगा. Okay, I'll just tell you about the webinar before we start actually talking to our panelists. So Priya Youth ने recently एक panel discussion organize किया था understand करने के लिए कि young लोगों पे COVID का क्या impact है. ये एक पहली पहल थी. It was a first step in recognizing the issues which young people were facing in times of the COVID. ये webinar करीबन 120 लोगों ने attend किया था across the globe से. एंड बहुत सारे इश्यूज पे डिस्कशन हुई थी बट मेंटल हेल्थ इमर्ज्ड आउट टू बी अ वेरी एंड मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट एरियाज ऑफ कंसर्न फॉर यंग पीपल. और इस कॉन्वर्सेशन को आगे लेकर जाने के लिए वी जॉइंट हैंड विद संगत एंड वी आस्क्ड देम टू हेल्प अस इन कंडक्टिंग दिस वेबिनार. संगत एक नॉन गवर्नमेंटल नॉन प्रॉफिट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है विच इज कमिटेड टू इम्प्रूविंग हेल्थ अक्रॉस द लाइफ स्पैन ऑफ एम्पावरिंग एग्जिस्टिंग कम्युनिटी रिसोर्सेज to provide appropriate physical, psychological and social therapies. इस webinar से हम चाहते हैं कि आप लोगों के पास safe space हो to put forward your questions, to raise your concerns and we'll try कि हमारे panelists try करेंगे कि उसको वो answer दे पाए और आपको proper information और क्या mechanisms available है उस बारे में बता पाए. ये 1.5 घंटे का webinar चलेगा और इसमें हम try करेंगे बात करने का कि क्या mental health के recent trends observe हुए हैं इन यंग पीपल जो इंडिया में रह रहे हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू मेंटल हेल्थ. कैसे यंग लोग पता कर सकते हैं कि उनको मेंटल हेल्थ इम्पैक्ट कर रहा है और वो कैसे किस जरिए के थ्रू हेल्प सीख कर सकते हैं और यंग लोग क्या रोल प्ले कर सकते हैं कि वो अपने दोस्तों को अपनी फैमिली अपने रिलेटिव्स को सपोर्ट कर सकें अगर कोई मेंटल हेल्थ इशू से गुजर रहा है. आपकी स्क्रीन पे इसके रिजल्ट्स आ गए होंगे एंड लगभग बहुत सारे लोगों को बहुत सारे इश्यूज फेस हुए हैं स्ट्रेस से लेकर मूड स्विंग्स और एंजाइटी कुछ इश्यूज हैं जो ज्यादातर लोगों ने पिटिक किया है बट बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता है कि उनको कोई भी इश्यूज उन्होंने फेस नहीं करे हैं. We can obviously take these answers when we are answering to the questions during the webinar. I will be moderating this discussion और मेरे साथ शुभांगी भी रहेंगी जो मुझे असिस्ट करेंगी इस webinar में. Now I would be introducing the panelists. So हमारे साथ है Maliha Ibrahim. She's a mental health researcher and psychotherapist. She has an experience of over 8 years. She's a senior consultant at Sangat and also has her own practice. Maliha's specialization is in adolescent and youth mental health interventions in school and community-based settings on issues related to depression, self-harm, anxiety, trauma, LGBTQI issues, and identity formations. Thank you very much, Maliha, for joining us. हमारे साथ अपराजिता शर्मा भी हैं. अपराजिता शर्मा is a development communication and extension specialist. She has an experience in research, documentation, project management in the field of mental health. करंटली वो अपनी पीएचडी कर रही हैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से इन द एरिया ऑफ आईसीटीज एंड मेंटल हेल्थ. वो माइंड स्पेशलिस्ट के साथ अभी एक वॉलंटियर की तरह भी काम कर रही हैं एंड पीएचडी करने से पहले शी वाज वर्किंग एज अ प्रोग्राम ऑफिसर विद माइंड स्पेशलिस्ट वेयर शी वाज एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व्ड इन द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ इनोवेटिव टूल्स मटेरियल्स फॉर द कैंपेन फॉर मेंटल हेल्थ. Thank you, Prajita, for joining us. We also have Pooja Malik with us. पूजा मलिक इज अ वाइंडी फेलो, प्रिया एक यूथ इन डेमोक्रेसी फेलोशिप करता है और पूजा उसके हमारे साथ एज अ फेलो जुड़ी हुई है. शी इज परस्यूइंग हर बैचलर्स इन द फील्ड ऑफ होम साइंस. एज पार्ट ऑफ द फेलोशिप वो एक अपना सोशल एक्शन रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट इम्प्लीमेंट कर रही है ऑन द इशू ऑफ ड्रग अब्यूज. एंड वो थ्रू वेरियस ऑनलाइन एंड ऑफलाइन मीडियम्स के साथ लोगों के साथ एंगेज करती है, यंग लोगों के साथ. एंड थ्रू दिस प्रोजेक्ट शी इज ट्राइंग टू क्रिएट एन एनवायरनमेंट जहाँ यंग लोग अवेयर हों इस इशू के बारे में कि वो क्या कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं, एंड दे कैन टेक इन्फॉर्म्ड डिसीजंस अबाउट देयर लाइफ एंड हाउ अबाउट द कंजम्पशन ऑफ ड्रग्स दे आर हैविंग. Pooja ka academic interest lies in the areas of communication and extension. Thank you very much, Pooja, for joining us.
Thank you.
We also have Suhail with us. Suhail और शुभांगी हमारी हेल्प करेंगे during the webinar. Thank you very much for joining us. हम लोग ये वेबिनार रिकॉर्ड करने वाले हैं. अगर आपको बीच में कोई भी सवाल आता है तो there's a question and answer टैब नीचे, आप उसमें अपना क्वेश्चंस डाल सकते हैं. उन क्वेश्चंस को हम लोग पैनलिस्ट को क्वेश्चंस देख सकते हैं एंड वो आंसर्स या तो जब वो बात कर रहे हैं वो तब दे दें या वो आपको अलग से लिख कर दे देंगे. And towards the end of the discussion, we'll also take some questions and कुछ के आंसर्स हम वेबिनार के दौरान ही ट्राई करेंगे आंसर करने का. I would request all the participants to keep their microphones on mute and also the panelists कि अगर आप लोग नहीं बीच में बोल रहे हैं तो प्लीज अपने आप को आप म्यूट करिएगा. So we'll start now. So the first question is, what recent trends have been observed in young individuals in India with respect to mental health? मानसिक स्वास्थ्य के संबंध में भारत में युवाओं में हाल ही में कोविड के दौरान क्या ट्रेंड्स या क्या इश्यूज देखे गए हैं? मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी पूजा आपका इसका आंसर मतलब आप इसका आंसर दें एंड देन वी कैन गो ऑन टू अपराजिता एंड मिलिहा.
मेंटल हेल्थ एक ऐसा टॉपिक है जिसपे इतने टाइम से बात नहीं हुई है. इट इज गॉन अननोटिस्ड. सडनली बिकॉज ऑफ अ फ्यू इंसिडेंट्स और ये लॉकडाउन के दौरान मेंटल हेल्थ जैसी चीज लाइमलाइट में आ गई है. वन ऑफ द थिंग्स वी ऑल नो, अभी 2 दिन पहले ही हुआ है द डेथ ऑफ अ नोन सेलिब्रिटी सुशांत सिंह राजपूत कमिटिंग सुसाइड. Because of that, अगर सबने notice किया होगा, the minute that news came out, our social medias got flooded with the importance of mental health पे बात करो, talk to us. So यहाँ पे मैं एक चीज highlight करना चाहती हूँ कि mental health is not dependent on आपके पास कितने पैसे हैं, आप कितने successful हो, वो चीज कभी भी आपको hit कर सकती है. In fact, I was reading an article by India Today that said that there has been a 166% rise in the mental health issues between the lockdown 1 and unlockdown. So लोगों की एंजाइटी बढ़ती जा रही है also because उनको solutions नहीं मिल रहे हैं कि क्या करें, कैसे करें. और इस एंजाइटी का for youth specially, speaking for the youth, बहुत सारे issues आते हैं हमारे पास. जैसे हमें अपने करियर की टेंशन्स हैं, हमें जॉब है, पता नहीं मिलेगी जॉब की नहीं मिलेगी. Plus, we are mostly involved in socializing, बाहर जाना, friends के साथ घूमना. That is also creating a feeling of suffocation for us. We are feeling restless. We are feeling that we are trapped behind the doors. We just want to get out, but we can't. There are many reasons जो आ रहे हैं. Plus, me working on drug awareness, I have noticed that the addiction levels have also risen to a next level. Like, the government is receiving around 266 calls per day about from the people seeking treatment for addiction. Because एक ऐसी situation आ गई है कि हमें stress होता है, we try to escape the reality, और इस सब में addiction बढ़ती रहती है, लोग consume ज़्यादा करते हैं. तो ये कुछ recent trends हैं जो हम अभी सब देख पा रहे हैं अपने around.
अपराजिता.
Yeah, first of all, thanks to Priya, the organization, and Nikita for having this wonderful webinar on a very topical topic, which was topical, is topical, and will remain topical. As you know, Pooja was very rightly saying, definitely there has been, and there have been studies that are also coming, which were conducted during the lockdown, which have in a way proved that there are increased levels of stress, anxiety, and even a thing like fear that is increasing in people during this time. But it's very important to understand it from a young person's perspective, right? Because what is happening is आजकल दो तरीके का ये जो हमारा कोविड का जो लॉकडाउन है ये किसी के लिए भी ना कोई पुरानी चीज नहीं है. You know कि you have an experience of this, so you can draw your inferences from that. It's new for anyone and everyone, and it's a changing time for one and all, especially young people जो इस वक्त अपने career की या अपनी academic life की are at that important juncture where they are confused and we're already stressed about their life, and this has actually added on to their problems. So therefore, one of the most important thing that we need to understand is there is apprehensions related to future. कि मेरा कल कैसा होगा? Will I be able to get to my the college that I wanted to? क्या मैं वो अपना course pursue कर पाऊंगा या कर पाऊंगी? And more, that is with respect to their future. इसके साथ साथ, we have been spending a lot of time in our on our social medias and reaching out to a lot of news which is COVID related, so as to understand कि भाई दुनिया में चल क्या रहा है, which rather than helping a lot of people has actually made them more anxious and fearful of the illness. And I think my panelists here, co-panelists and probably the attendees will agree that the exaggerated depiction of the illness in our news and our media has actually increased these apprehensions and fear that one has for this illness. So therefore, especially in young people with the academic pressures and what Pooja just talked about, with that, we also have the COVID apprehensions that are increasing because of, excessive news and the constant news reporting by media. So both of these causes together, I feel, are the most important in terms of the increasing anxiety and, stress levels of young people. Yeah.
जी, थैंक यू फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन. तो मैं ज़्यादा सहमत हूँ जो अपराजिता और पूजा ने कहा, तो रिपीट नहीं करना चाहूँगी. आई थिंक ये काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट इश्यूज हैं. हमारे पोल के हिसाब से भी जैसे हम देख सकते हैं कि एंग्जाइटी जो है काफ़ी लोगों ने उस पे टिक मारा है और स्ट्रेस को लेके. तो वी कैन सी कि ये जो चीज़ है ज़्यादातर यूथ को अलग अलग तरह से इम्पैक्ट करती हैं. और ये मैं कहना चाहूँगी कि दिस इम्पैक्ट इज डिफरेंट फॉर डिफरेंट पीपल एज वेल. एंड सो समटाइम्स लिंक टू व्हाट अपराजिता वाज सेइंग कि जो कभी कभी हमें दिखता है वो सबके लिए इज नॉट द सेम इश्यूज और नॉट द सेम कंसर्न्स. हमारी जो कॉन्टेक्स्ट है हमारी फैमिलीज में, हमारे पेयर्स में, इट्स रियली इम्पोर्टेंट टू हैव द सेमनेस बट ऑल्सो डिस्कस सम डिफरेंसेस दैट कुड हैपन. इसको हाईलाइट करना चाहूंगी कि ऑफ कोर्स यूथ को भी एवरीबडी इज सिमिलर एज ग्रुप्स बट कॉन्टेक्स्ट कुड बी अलग. जैसे आप कई बच्चे जो संगत जैसे हम उनके साथ काम करते हैं वो हॉस्टल में रहते हैं और फिर घर जाते हैं काफी टाइम के बाद. कई बच्चे घर जा नहीं पाए पहले एंड देयर वर सम कॉम्प्लिकेशंस विद दैट. सो इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट कि हम पेयर ग्रुप के हिसाब से और फिर काउंसलर्स भी इस इंडिविजुअलिज्म को ठीक तरह से समझ पाए. और जैसे हमारे पैनलिस्ट ने कहा, काफी जो रूटीन है और स्टेबिलिटी जो होती है हमारे डे टू डे लाइफ में वो अभी पूरा उल्टा पुल्टा हो चुका है. तो दैट इज अ मेजर रीजन फॉर पीपल फीलिंग आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल. जब भी हमें लगता है कि हमारा दिन ब दिन जो है वो थोड़ा आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल हो जाता है, तो नेचुरली देयर देन वरीज also related to आगे क्या होने वाला है, फ्यूचर में क्या होने वाला है. तो we've seen this a lot. And one thing I want to emphasize कि mental health में दो चीज होती हैं. एक तो होता है कि cause क्या होता है और दूसरा effect क्या होता है. तो as far as cause is concerned, अलग अलग चीजें हैं जो अभी जैसे अपराजिता ने भी कहा जो causes होती हैं. जैसे हमारी एग्जाम्स में शेड्यूल इंटरप्ट हो चुका है, हम फ्रेंड से नहीं मिल सकते, कभी कभार फैमिली के साथ भी बहुत सपोर्ट भी मिलता है और फिर टेंशन भी कभी होता है लोगों के बीच. तो दीज आर ऑल जो कॉजेज की तरह होती हैं. ये हमारी जो यूथ के लिए है ये नॉर्मेटिव डेवलपमेंट की तरह होती हैं. दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट आर वेरी मच नीडेड फॉर डे टू डे वेल बीइंग. और जब ये छीन ली जाती हैं या ऐसा लगता है कि ये हमारे कंट्रोल से बाहर है, तो इनका इफेक्ट जो है वो काफी बड़ा हो सकता है. और ये इफेक्ट जो है और हम थोड़ा आगे जाके बात कर सकते हैं, बट ये इफेक्ट जो है फिर हमारे अपने आप के सेल्फ वर्थ के, हमारे मोटिवेशन पे, लैक ऑफ कंट्रोल पे बहुत महसूस होता है. थोड़े क्वेश्चंस भी आ चुके हैं आई थिंक, तो उस पे मैं थोड़ा क्विकली बात कर सकती हूँ. जैसे एक क्वेश्चन आया है जी, about provide information about how youth, both student and non-student, fared. तो अभी जैसे हमारे पैनलिस्ट भी कह रहे थे, there are some studies emerging, थोड़ा टाइम हुआ है that we have been trying to understand this impact or to hear youth voices, so from youth side itself कि क्या महसूस हो रहा है और किस तरह से, तो hopefully that will help answer some of these questions जो हम थोड़ा बेहतर तरह से टेलर भी कर सकते हैं. I think there was one question इस हिसाब से कि हम peer to peer जैसे किस तरह से strengthen कर सकते हैं. I think ये बहुत ही important आगे जाके एरिया होगा. हमारी गवर्नमेंट भी कभी थोड़ी डिफरेंट स्टेट्स में ड्राइव्स करती हैं, जैसे गोइंग अराउंड, ताकि फिर अनाउंसमेंट्स हो और जो भी यूथ ट्रेंड हो वो एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट कर सकते हैं सपोर्ट ग्रुप में. आई थिंक ये बहुत बड़ा अपॉर्चुनिटी होगा आगे जाके, क्योंकि काउंसलर्स जैसे हम पता है इंटरनेट की वजह से या फिर इन पर्सन नहीं मिल पाए, तो इट बी वेरी डिफिकल्ट कि हर व्यक्ति के लिए एक काउंसलर हो. तो इस हिसाब से देयर कुड बी अपॉर्चुनिटीज टू रियली स्ट्रेंथन peer group based training. So that's one question I know that came up. ठीक है, आई थिंक एक और था पूजा के लिए, तो मैं अभी के लिए
पूजा के आंसर जब वो अपना क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे रही होंगी बाद में. थैंक यू वेरी मच. व्हाट माय 2-3 टेकअवेज फ्रॉम दिस क्वेश्चन वर कि मेंटल हेल्थ का इशू बहुत पहले से चलता आ रहा है और बहुत सारे लोग उसके लिए एडवोकेट कर रहे हैं, बट विद द एंटायर कोविड सिचुएशन इट हैज बीन लाइक अब और ज्यादा रीएम्फसाइज हो रहा है इस इशू पे लेकर. स्पेशली हम लोगों की जिनकी लाइफ, मतलब हम लोगों क्या सबकी लाइफ एकदम से डिस्टर्ब हो गई है, पैटर्न चेंज हो गया है. about young people, कॉलेज का स्केड्यूल, फ्रेंड से नहीं मिलना, ड्रग अब्यूज का एडिक्शन, ये सब चीजें मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज को और इंक्रीज कर रही हैं. सो नाउ टॉक, अब ये तो हमें पता चल गया कि क्या हो रहा है. सो महिला जैसा आप बात कर रहे थे कॉज एंड इफेक्ट की, सो माय नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन वुड बी इन दैट लाइन ओनली कि इसके क्या इम्प्लीकेशंस हो सकते हैं पोस्ट कोविड, एंड यंग लोग अभी के दौरान पे कैसे असेस कर सकते हैं कि हाँ उनको मेंटल हेल्थ का कोई इशू है, दे नीड टू सीक हेल्प, दे वांट टू टॉक, लाइक दे शुड टॉक टू समवन.
तो इससे मैं शुरू करूं? सॉरी मुझे पता नहीं था. ओके, थैंक यू. हाँ, तो जैसे मैं कह रही थी ये जो इम्प्लीकेशंस हैं अभी राइटली सो जैसे आपने बताया, ये अभी कोविड के बाद भी एक्सटेंड हो सकती हैं, क्योंकि बहुत सारे छात्र हैं जो अभी कॉलेज खत्म कर रहे हैं या फिर अभी जॉब शुरू कर रहे हैं, तो उनको ये काफी अनसर्टेनिटी होगी कि हमारा लाइवलीहुड कैसे होगा, क्या हम जॉब्स में हायर हो पाएंगे, क्या ये जॉब्स अवेलेबल होंगी. तो ये मतलब एक प्रोफेशनल थोड़ा क्राइसिस हो जाता है, पर ऑल्सो पर्सनली इस पे प्रभाव पड़ सकता है, अपने फाइनेंशियल स्ट्रेन पे, अपने खुद के सेल्फ एस्टीम पे. और फिर ये हमारे फैमिली और दूसरे निजी रिलेशनशिप्स पे भी असर पड़ सकता है. तो दैट व्हाई आई वांट टू से, क्योंकि कॉस्ट भी बढ़ते जा रहे हैं, और जैसे हम कह रहे थे, हम दोनों अर्बन और रूरल यूथ के लिए सोचने की जरूरत पड़ेगी कि काफी जो रूरल यूथ हैं वो थोड़े शहरों में जाके अलग अलग काम करते हैं या फिर यू नो कॉलेज पढ़ते हैं, तो ये एडजस्टमेंट भी काफी मुश्किल हो सकता है इस हिसाब से. तो अभी कमिंग टू द पॉइंट कि हम जैसे ये बहुत मतलब मैग्निफाई तो हो चुका है, पर ऑल्सो एट द सेम टाइम ये इम्पोर्टेंट है कि हम लाइकली है कि हम एक मेंटल हेल्थ क्राइसिस की तरह हमें डील करना होगा. तो हम उस लेंस से जैसे हम ऐसे क्राइसिस की तरह कैसे डील कर सकते हैं, दिस विल बी इम्पोर्टेंट टू सी. आई थिंक आई वांट टू एम्फसाइज कि हम एक जैसे एक स्क्वायर की तरह देख सकते हैं, 4 पॉइंट्स टू अ स्क्वायर. तो इम्पैक्ट होता है हमारे बॉडी पर, एक फिर होता है हमारे थॉट्स पर, हमारी फीलिंग्स पर और हमारे बिहेवियर्स पर. तो आप अगर इस स्क्वायर का इमेज रखें तो आपको किसी भी इस 4 यू नो एरियाज में आपको लगे कि असर पड़ा है. तो मैं एग्जांपल्स दे सकती हूँ कि अगर आपको लगे अपने बिहेवियर की तरह कि आपको मोटिवेशन नहीं लग रहा है ज्यादातर, आप विद्रॉ हो रहे हैं फैमिली फ्रेंड्स के साथ, ज्यादा बात करना नहीं चाह रहे हैं, या फिर आप ऐसे लग रहा है कि आप पूरा एक्सप्रेस नहीं कर पा रहे हैं और इसलिए आप विद्रॉ हो रहे हैं, ये बिहेवियर वाले कैटेगरी में जाता है. अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको ज्यादातर काफी लो मूड लग रहा है, थोड़ा सैडनेस लग रहा है, या फिर आपको कहीं थकन भी लग रही है, ये आपको अपनी फीलिंग तरफ से आपको पता चल सकता है कि ये मेरे फीलिंग लेवल पे हो रहा है. अगर हम सोच की बात करें तो काफी बार ऐसे लगा है कि फ्यूचर की सोच को लेके ज्यादातर टेंशन हो रहे हैं. है. तो if you're worrying about the future, worrying about jobs, feeling that कि मेरा क्या होने वाला है, that's one another important way to identify कि thoughts level पे कि आपके repetitive thoughts भी चल रहे हो सकते हैं. और फिर हमारी हालांकि ये मानसिक स्वास्थ्य की बात है, हमारे बॉडी में भी फील होती है ये चीज. तो हमें काफी टाइम पेन्स लगते हैं, टेंशन्स लगती हैं, कई कबार लाइक डाइजेस्टिव प्रॉब्लम्स लगती हैं, स्टमक पेन्स लगती हैं. तो इन चारों को लेके इट्स इम्पोर्टेंट, दीज आर द इजीएस्ट वेज हमें कि आइडेंटिफाई करें इस स्क्वायर फॉर्मेशन में. किसी भी एक को आपको असर लगे तो दैट्स स्टिल रीजन इनफ टू रीच आउट और टू थिंक, स्पेशली इफ इट्स नोटिस्ड ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ अबाउट 2 वीक्स या उससे ज्यादा आपको लगे कि ये हो रहा है मेरे साथ. और हम फिर आगे जाके बात कर सकते हैं, पर ये बहुत ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन मेथड्स हो सकती हैं उसको एड्रेस करने में. और अभी एक तरह का जो है इज दैट काफी यूथ साथ जुड़ रहे हैं टू एड्रेस सर्टेन कॉमन इश्यूज जो हो रहे हैं. जैसे कई यूथ लेड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस जो हैं वो माइग्रेंट वर्कर्स की वेलफेयर के लिए काम कर रहे हैं या फिर इश्यूज डिस्कस कर रहे हैं मेंटल हेल्थ के बारे में. तो दीज आर वन इम्पॉर्टेंट वे टू काइंड ऑफ जॉइन टुगेदर ऑल्सो एंड रियलाइज कि हम अकेले नहीं हैं और कई लोगों को मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज फेस हो रही हैं.
थैंक यू वेरी मच. आई थिंक वो जो 4 स्क्वायर वाला फॉर्म मतलब हमें ट्रिक बताई, दैट शुड बी वेरी हेल्पफुल. थैंक यू. सो नाउ माय क्वेश्चन इज फ्रॉम अपराजिता. अपराजिता, वैसे मतलब मेरे लिए क्वेश्चन आपके लिए है कि कैसे हम ऑनलाइन और ऑफलाइन मीडियम से हेल्प ले सकते हैं, स्पेशली जो आप लोगों ने पहले भी मेंशन करा कि कैसे सब अलग अलग कॉन्टेक्स्ट से आ रहे हैं, सबके पास अलग अलग चीजों का एक्सेस है. कुछ कोई एक्सेस कर पा रहे हैं ऑनलाइन मीडियम्स, कोई एक्सेस कर पा रहे हैं. मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स भी अभी इतना ज्यादा ओवरवेल्म्ड है कि पता ही नहीं है कि एग्जैक्टली क्या करना है और कैसे रीच आउट करना है. सो इफ यू कैन जस्ट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन, एंड ऑल्सो कि कैसे यंग लोग एक बैलेंस लेकर आ सकते हैं अपने काम को लेके और अपने सेल्फ केयर को लेके.
That's interesting.
So these two questions. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'll go one by one. So first I'll talk about the online medium. So there are 3-4 things, and Maliha has really beautifully put some of the, that 4 square thing, behavioral body. So one has to keep that in mind when we are thinking about addressing issues. But so first, for the online mediums, one has to understand that the addressing of a mental health issue, अपनी किसी भी मानसिक स्वास्थ्य प्रॉब्लम को एड्रेस करना, इज नॉट जस्ट कि मेरे को काउंसलिंग या थेरेपी या द प्रोफेशनल हेल्प. उससे पहले बहुत स्टेजेस होती हैं, विच इज क्योंकि हम अपने आसपास देखते हैं कि इंफॉर्मेशन की, अवेयरनेस की कमी है. देयर इज अ लैक ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन इन पीपल अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज ऑल्सो आर. So one can access those issues, start from the beginning, which will be accessing information. Once a person accesses information and understands what mental health are, then they will move on to assessing that, okay, what I am facing, what kind of an issue it is it an issue or not? Once they realize what their issue is, then they move on to, okay, these are the tips, these are some of the self-help strategies, or these are some of the places I can, reach out to and get some help for this. And last is going to be professional help, which to me, I encourage it at the maximum level I can. Because, as for physical illness, you need to seek professional help for any issue with your body, your mind. So when we understand the spectrum of information till the very end of, seeking help, we need to understand that information around the globe is available for all these things. So when I say seeking online platforms to understand, it's not just for online counseling and therapy, what I'm going to speak. It's also for assessing what issue they have and what issues exist. Right? So one of the resources, because I've also worked with them and I know how wonderfully it is, put in a chain like this, is Mind Specialists. So the site has also been, I think, shared in your chat box if I'm not wrong. So the website www.mindspecialist.com, it's a plethora of information about mental health coming from credible sources, because it is initiated by a psychologist and a psychiatrist who are pioneers in their field, Dr. Sujata and Dr. Avdesh Sharma. So there you can get information about various illnesses, be it depression, anxiety, social anxiety, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and much more. So the whole spectrum of mental illnesses you can get information on. And the good part is that you also have scientifically proven self-assessments there, because I understand that there are people who will be, understanding what, Maliha was saying, and try to understand, okay, do I have this or do I not? But that assessment will help them, assess it and not diagnose it, but help them understand the way, or, where to go ahead. So following taking that assessment, they are given particular tips on, how to manage themselves and what are some of the ways through which they can help themselves. So that is one source that I would recommend to people who can access it through online. Second thing, because I've had some experience of analyzing mobile phone applications, there are so many applications that exist with respect to mental health. Again, be it providing people with information, be it providing them with help strategies on if you're feeling panic right now, what are some of the strategies that you can adopt. So be it Calm, Headspace, seven cups, WhatsApp. So there are a lot of applications like that also exist. And last but not the least, because of COVID, to be honest, there are a lot of organizations and institutions working in our country who've come up with helplines. And we were also talking before this webinar actually started about the various kind of helplines that exist. So there's some at international level, like, there's NIMHANS, there's AIMS, there's ASRA, iCall. And whatever I'm saying, anybody who's attending this can Google this. They're easily accessible. You can just Google these names and you'll get the helpline. And also then there are some organizations like Sumaitri, the Samaritans Mumbai, and the Pink Project, all of them who are running their private helplines as well. These are national and there are state helplines available as well. One thing that I'd like to flag is these online things are available to people who have access to online things, who have digital access to resources. So, okay, I just said my voice is not audible. Is there some issue? Or can you hear me? Would it be better now?
It's better. I think you can just speak a little louder. Your voice is not breaking. It's just coming a little, the pitch is a little low.
All right.
Yeah,
So
it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. So, sorry for that. So that is one thing regarding online medium. But yes, the digital divide exists and people might not be able to access all of these. And to be honest, for offline mediums, especially during this physical distancing that we are following, accessing offline sources might not be that viable right now. So that is with respect to the online and the online mediums that I had to talk about. The second question, where you're talking about balance between work and self-care, right? If I'm not wrong, yeah. So very important. During this time, one has to take care of their health and wellness, right? And one of the most important aspect of wellness is emotional wellness. And emotional wellness is essentially just understanding one's feelings, अपनी feelings को समझना और stress जो है उससे सही तरीके से और effectively cope up करना. In the truest sense, that is what emotional wellness is. And that essentially means self-care. And self-care, when hum log jab bhi kaam karte the, and I think everyone here, and this also includes study from home. It's not just work from home, it's also study from home. Because क्या हो रहा है कि जब हम कॉलेज जाते थे या काम पे जाते थे तो एक फिजिकल डिस्टिंक्शन होता था. हम काम पर जा रहे हैं और फिर हम काम से वापस आ रहे हैं. तो वो जो आपको डिसइंटीग्रेट करने की जरूरत होती थी ना, फिजिकली हो जाती थी. बट राइट नाउ व्हाट्स हैपनिंग इज दैट फिजिकल डिस्टिंक्शन डज नॉट एग्जिस्ट बिकॉज योर वर्क इज where your home is where you're working. So I just have 3-4 important things that one can keep in mind for this balance between self-care and work from home, which is first of all, ये बहुत लोग कहते हैं and it will be something जो कि बार बार लोग बोलते हैं, it's plan and schedule. Have a time and adhere to it. Because right now the lines are blurring between हम कब काम कर रहे हैं और हम कब अपने घर पे अपनी normal daily activities कर रहे हैं. So have a time bound thing, a schedule, a plan which you will adhere to. अगर मैं इस time से इस time तक काम करूंगी तो करूंगी. उसके बाद I would shut my work and get out of there. Second, have a separate space in your area when you're talking about where you work from. Because क्या होता है, कभी कभी लोग अपने बेड पे अपने काउच पे आराम से बैठ के make an area for themselves and work. Even if you're making that, make a small corner जहाँ आपका लैपटॉप है, उसको उसके बाद आप जैसे ही आप आपके schedule में आपका time खत्म हो गया, आप उसे बंद करें, and then you just put it at a side, so that there is and then move out of that space, so that there's physical distinction between your work and your home. And very important thing, take breaks. Because क्या होता है, when you are in office, you actually have like a proper lunch break का time, or when you're in college, you have a recess or a break. At home, you do not realize that you are missing out on that break. So therefore, consciously and take physical breaks, move around, take some time. चाहे आप अपने balcony में चले जाए, चाहे अपने veranda में चले जाए, अपने घर में ही थोड़ा सा घूमें, but take that physical break that's needed. And last but not the least, there are some basic self-care tips. Eat well, sleep well, have a proper schedule as to what and when you do, and just try and prioritize yourself over other things. Learn to say no. There are things that need to be taken care of in terms of yourself, and one needs to adhere to that, so that if you don't keep yourself above everything else, you will not be able to function productively. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you very much. This was very helpful. And you rightly mentioned कि कैसे जो digital mediums, जो online mediums है, या even offline access. But I think all of us, at least जो लोग webinar attend करें, we should take responsibility कि जिनके पास access नहीं है, we share helpline numbers with them, we share resources with them, because we have the access, we can read. A lot of these apps are only in English language.
Yeah.
So in any way, we are removing half of the people. So this is something that we all should take responsibility of. Thank you.
Can I just add? Sorry, I'm so sorry. One more thing that I want to add is that all this information, again, a small initiative that we did, and I think that would be helpful to a lot of people, is so at my college, so my professor, Dr. Aparna Khanna, I, and a few other people, we co-designed games during this lockdown. So because we think that this format, and quite honestly, a lot of people might not be able to reach to such digital mediums. So what we did was, even for a work from home, and that's why I just remembered that, we did a work from home bingo as well. Where whatever I was talking about, we put it in the form of a game and sent it out to people through digital sources, who then printed it, shared it with their, neighbors and people around them. So the people who do not even have to digital mediums got access to that. And not only it helped people realize what they are doing right and what, but also gave them ideas. So, such innovative tools and techniques can also help. Just adding on to the point that you were stating, it just help. These innovative mediums also help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so my next question would be from Pooja. पूजा, तो हमने जब स्टार्टिंग में अपना वेबिनार किया था, तो बहुत सारी बात हुई थी कि यंग लोगों पे कांस्टेंट प्रेशर है कि आपको कुछ घर पे बैठे हुए तो डू समथिंग प्रोडक्टिव, लर्न कुकिंग, लर्न सम कोर्स, पढ़ाई करो, कोई नया कोर्स करो, कोई नई बुक पढ़ो. तो this is a constant pressure which young people across various groups have been facing. So as a young person, how are you dealing with these issues, and what are some of the ways you're actually engaging yourself or not engaging yourself? So if you can just talk about that.
Yeah, first I would like to answer the question that I got from one of the participants about, will the anxiety level reduce if one youngster is staying with their parents or not? I think this is a thing. The idea is, when you are having some kind of mental health problems, you should have someone to talk to. Obviously, you don't have your friends always with you, but if you're staying at home, you get a feeling of security when you are with your parents, a sense of protection. Also, when you're with your parents, you can discuss a lot of things, what is going on in your mind. So till some level, the living with the parents and living with someone, not even parents, like someone from family, from friends, will be helpful. That is the answer to that question. And talking about the idea of productivity that you said, this is a very common line. I think most of our youngsters here might have heard from their parents कि कुछ कर लो, सो क्यों रहे हो इतना, टीवी क्यों देख रहे हो, कुछ पढ़ ही लो, do a course, कुछ नई skill pick up कर लो. So that is because our parents are trying कि we should get off our mind about all the negative things that are happening around us. जैसे the cases are increasing, the mental health problems are increasing. They just want us to get busy. But sometimes this situation in turn causes anxiety and stress to the child, because then they start feeling, oh, I'm not doing anything. Why am I not doing anything? Why am I not able to do anything? So that is one thing. So the parents should be here. They should be supportive. They should be understanding. even if the child is having mood swings, they should understand and give the child some self time. Self time is a concept, I think, that is very very important, and it is not practiced in Indian households. They think कि अकेले क्यों बैठे हो, ऐसे इसीलिए तो एंजाइटी हो रही है क्योंकि अकेले बैठे हो. So these notions have to break, I think, at some point of time. Uh, the students, they are facing pressures because the college is saying be productive, submit the assignments, marks milne hain. So they are facing this anxiety at some point of time. So they are facing a whole other level of stress in terms of their career. They are fearing the disease. They are like, agar ho gaya to, what if it happens? I'm taking all the precautions, but still, what if this happens to me? And the second part of your question that you said, how can you engage themselves? So my personal suggestion would be, they should do what makes them happy, what makes them calm. Their idea of productivity can be completely different from their parents' idea of productivity for them. Like even if a child is like watching Netflix the entire day and is still happy and calm, then that is his idea of productivity, and then the parents should just let the child be. Also there should be variations, but the child should do what makes them happy, be it cooking, gaming, watching TV, anything will work, what makes the person feel good. And one of the thing I feel हमने अपनी लाइफ में बोला ही होगा कि whenever I'll get time मैं ये करूँगी. तो ऐसा, this is the time we can pick up a new skill, we can do something that we always wanted to and we never got the time. And exercise, we can exercise, we can do yoga, meditation, because that is one of the way we can vent out our frustrations in a rather productive way. Also, if a child, like if a youngster is facing some kind of mental health issues, so the child can read about it. They can see that it's okay to have anxiety. They'll read on the net, they'll talk to people, they'll engage themselves in this way. So they'll feel कि okay, I'm normal, this is not a very big thing, this can be cured. So these are some of the ways the youth can engage themselves. Nikita, you are on mute.
So sorry. Acha. So my next question would be कि as a young person, how do you think कि you can support your parents, friends or relatives जो mental health issues से गुजर रहे हैं during this lockdown period?
So this is a situation where all we need is positivity and little hope. We should tell our friends, our family members that this is a tough time, but we can be strong. We can get out through this. We can talk to them. We can hear their problems. Even if we talk to a friend or a parent and they say all kinds of negative things, we should be a good listener at this point of time. We should understand them. We should probably ask why are they feeling like this, and then we can give some valuable suggestions. We can make our grandparents aware. We can make our our parents aware about what is happening. Like most of our grandparents, they don't know what is happening around us. They're not ready to accept that a situation like this will ever happen, and it is still like the lockdown is functioning. They're not able to get that. We can probably do that. I think educating, as I told you earlier, I got like many questions about what is anxiety, what is depression, what are the symptoms. At least we can talk to our friends about this. We can educate them like what is anxiety, what is depression. I would like to here give one example, as I'm working on drug addiction as a topic. So I know one person. So earlier, like before the lockdown, he used to consume like about 4 or 5 cigarettes a day, but during this lockdown it increased to about 16 to 17 cigarettes a day. And also the guy had this thing in mind that I have to do everything in a very clean manner, I have to sanitize it. So what he did was he sanitized the tip of the cigarette while smoking the cigarette. So this is a very funny, weird and a very big misconception that needs to be thought of. Like it's not healthy first, and the youth is that at this time in such a different kind of pressure, they are not even able to realize what they are doing. So we should educate them, we should help them so that they can at least talk to us. They have someone to talk to. They don't feel alone. So these are some of the ways we can help.
Thank you very much. This was very helpful. Now, Maliha, I have a question for you. So, अपराजिता और पूजा ने बताया कि कैसे हम अपने घर पे स्पेसेस वॉक कर सकते हैं या अपने लिए एक अलग से स्पेस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, बट वी आर ऑल्सो लिविंग अ बिग सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी जो सिर्फ एक ही घर में 8-8 लोग रह रहे हैं. They're living in slum areas, वहाँ पे जगह नहीं है, वहाँ पे space नहीं है to have conversations. And when we launched the link for this webinar, a lot of people had concerns about कैसे जो adolescents, young लोग हैं, जो marginalized communities से belong कर रहे हैं, वो कैसे इन issues से deal कर सकते हैं. So just wanted to know, are there any mental health specialists or organizations जो currently इन issues पे काम कर रही है, तो कैसे काम कर रही है?
थैंक यू सो मच. नहीं, ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण सवाल है और आई कांट से कि मेरे पास ज्यादातर डायरेक्ट सॉल्यूशंस हैं, पर दिस इज डेफिनेटली समथिंग कि अगर हम इंक्लूसिव तरह से देख रहे हैं एंड वी आर फोकसिंग ऑन यूथ अक्रॉस द बोर्ड, देन दिस इज समथिंग दैट डज कम अप. आई नो पर्सनली हमें काफी रिक्वेस्ट आते हैं संगत के साथ भी कि हम अभी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं क्योंकि सब फैमिली मेंबर्स साथ ही हैं. I think there are many intersecting issues and अलग-अलग family members को impact हो रहा है, because as you know, Pooja was sharing, addiction के हिसाब से भी है. As far as women are concerned, there have been a lot more domestic violence and abuse related issues. For youth, it has been very difficult to be at home sometimes with family members, especially in small constrained spaces without internet facilities and so on. So there are certain organizations. One is an organization called Blue Dawn that does specifically work for, and you have the link which we can share in the chat box, but specifically helps to work with marginalized youth जो non-urban environments में हो या are impacted by poverty and other aspects of marginalization. There is a really good, again, this is a little bit dependent on the use of internet, but it is phone friendly, and quite a few people do have at least a phone that they can share with family members. The Girl Effect has a great YouTube channel called Chaja, which specifically talks about youth issues, and it's not just related to mental health but other aspects that could impact our mental health. So for instance, career planning, looking at reproductive and sexual health, looking at हमारे other social and interpersonal issues जो होते हैं, online bullying, cyberbullying, things like that. These are all impact. So whenever we see mental health, I think the reason ऐसा काफी स्टिग्मा भी होता है क्योंकि हम डायग्नोसिस के ऊपर ज्यादा फोकस देते हैं, एंड आई वांट टू से कि वी हैव टू ब्रॉडन दैट अ लॉट बियॉन्ड जस्ट सेइंग एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन, एडिक्शन. एंड फॉर मेनी पीपल इट्स मोर हेल्पफुल नॉट टू फोकस सो मच कि एक डायग्नोसिस या इलनेस की तरफ से, बट मोर के व्हाट आर द इश्यूज दैट आर कमिंग अप इन डे टू डे लाइफ आल्सो दैट कुड बी इम्पैक्टिंग मेंटल हेल्थ और वेलनेस. So that's something to kind of think about. I am trying to answer as many questions as possible. Please do send them in. But Nikita, if you could put up some of these resources, I see you already have. These lists are great. There are a lot of places that are in that sense trying to offer some pro bono support as well, so for people to call in, और ये काफी helpful हो रहे हैं, especially students के लिए and young people के लिए. In terms of tips, I think it's very hard to say, but some of the things that Aparajita also shared is important, that communication करना, पर also being able to see that अगर कोई चीज is becoming difficult, to realize that you don't have to kind of वहीं का वहीं address some conflict or address some issues. Definitely trying to sort of be aware of what everyone is going through and support other family members is helpful. Reaching out to other जो भी friends हो, supportive spaces हो, continue to stay in touch in that way can be helpful for people across the board. And I think the more that civil society is doing, I think we've done a lot in that sense, or trying to do as much as possible to help a lot of people during COVID. And I think this is to continue कि ये हम जितना ज़्यादा awareness we bring into rural areas, that we indicate also that we have volunteers and youth actually being able to be willing, then I know that it makes it easier for other organizations also to carry out this work and to do this work. So I think it's very important if this issue is important to you, and we realize sometimes, even if we're here today on this webinar, it means because we have a certain amount of privilege to be able to access the internet and take time out in our day to do this. So I think you were mentioning, Nikita, I think it's really important that we try to think of ways that we can kind of go out of our way to also, offer support. There was a question even with regards to LGBTQI youth, and it happens to be Pride Month, this month. So there are organizations, the Mariwala Health Foundation is trying to do some initiatives to actually speak more about these issues and increase gender sensitivity. So I would say that for everyone here, there is a lot that you can do with your initiative also. You may think that it is a small effort, but it goes very far. So to plan with your peers कि हम एक तरह से कुछ activities करें, whether it's games banana, whether it's planning a podcast or planning some recordings, there are various channels, and hopefully some of the organizations that we've shared, look up and see ways in which you can volunteer with them, with whatever area you're really interested in.
Okay, thank you very much. So in line with that, one of the participants raised this question कि जब हम स्टिग्मा की बात कर रहे हैं कि कोई कॉन्वर्सेशन करना ही नहीं चाहता इस इशू के ऊपर, एंड स्पेशली फॉर यंग पीपल व्हेन दे शेयर दिस विद देयर पेरेंट्स कि उनको स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, डिप्रेशन हो रहा है, तो उनको बोल दिया जाता है कि you're ओवर रिएक्टिंग और ओवर थिंकिंग, इट्स ओके, इट्स नॉर्मल. सो इन दैट केस हाउ कैन वी हैव कॉन्वर्सेशन विद देम कि हाँ there is some problem, we want to have a conversation, we want to talk about it. तो इस केस में हम लोग कैसे डील कर सकते हैं?
Right. No, I think sometimes this is a big challenge and it is difficult, especially because of the way our society structure and family is कि जो family में छोटे हैं वो कैसे बड़ों को बोल सकते हैं कि this is what we do, and often it's taken as a form of क्या ये disrespect है या ना. But what I've seen is, I think something Aparajita mentioned before, that there are some good like expert articles and channels that come out. So I found that very often when working with families, that is a bit more helpful, that sometimes families will trust maybe someone from their own generation, someone who's a medical expert, someone who comes on the news. Other times just being able to share some small articles or share some things has been helpful, because it's a way that the person can begin to understand in their own time as well. And this is challenging, but at the same time, while it is not your responsibility to make everybody aware, in your conversations jahan bhi ho day to day, there can be emphasis. And as I was saying, it's not about having conversations only about diagnosis and mental health. Have conversations on the day to day things that you observe around you as well. There are intersections also between gender and class and caste. There are issues of looking at family structure. There are issues that come up with peers, like I was saying, as far as interpersonal relationships, youth, bullying or romantic relationships. Even on those things, there can be an impact on mental health. So we can take the conversation beyond, diagnosis, and actually more in जो हम कहते हैं psychosocial, जो lifestyle based issues भी हैं, जो हमारी mental health पे काफी impact करती हैं. A lot of time from our school and college data, we see that a big issue is in fact that most youth do not have some spaces to actually talk about this, or they feel that we are alone. So being able to sometimes network with some of these organizations to volunteer your time, there's a lot more solidarity ke, okay, there are other people working on this and I'm not alone.
Thank you. Okay, so we're talking about young people. As an organization, आप young लोगों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, but during the lockdown period, आप संगत कैसे young लोगों को reach out कर रहा है?
This is something that we've also been having to still innovate and find ways to do. So we are, like as I was saying, trying to create of course, to share a lot of resources. We do through, it's okay to talk. It's our public engagement. So we try to send out mailers and, sometimes things that could be like helpful resources, and sometimes like little short kind of articles and tips. We have put out calls that we will offer, like helplines. So we've gotten quite a few calls coming in. So that's one area. We've been trying to get some survey-based data through the schools and colleges that we work with, through a few community organizations. And there was a question also on how is this impacting youth. So it's very important for us to get this from youth voices. So we are trying to get some data through surveys, and also through things like essay competitions from school. And of course, there are many projects at Sangat. I can speak only to the parts that I am aware of and involved with. But please do go to It's Okay to Talk as the website. Look at the resources that we've been shared. You'll get a much broader understanding, of what is going on and what Sangat has also been doing.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, so Aparajita, I have a question from you, जो मैंने पहले पूजा से भी पूछा था कि पूजा ने अपने पर्सपेक्टिव से बताया, but as a person who's working with an organization also and doing her research work also, आपके हिसाब से young लोग कैसे support कर सकते हैं अपने peers, अपने friends को जो mental health issue से गुजर रहे हैं?
One thing that's very important, and I think there's a question similar to what you're saying in our chat as well, which talks about psychological advice from untrained peers and family members. See, one thing that I think we need to flag here is we are not looking at psychological advice from peers. We are looking at support. What we are looking at is an enabling environment, एक ऐसा आसपास एक ऐसे लोगों का ग्रुप जो कि लोगों को सपोर्ट करे, उनकी बात सुने, they listen to them and do not negate their feelings, do not ignore कि भाई ये तो आपको जो हो रहा है ना ये, and I've heard these statements coming out from people's mouth कि it's a phase, हो जाएगा, ठीक हो जाएगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. So when we talk about peer-to-peer education, we are talking about providing a support. We are not in any way trying to replace the medical or the mental health practitioners that are available who are trained and certified to provide any form of psychological help to people in distress. So ये एक चीज है जिसको हमें बहुत I think everybody will agree to this on the panel as well. इसको बहुत major है कि इसे हम flag करें. So now once we flag that, then I'll proceed to the answer. That as a support, one thing, as I just mentioned also, it is to listen. People, and we started this whole webinar with the Sushant Singh Rajput incident that happened, and there are a lot of people there right now on social media who are talking about if I'm available, you can talk to me and all, all of that. And that's a different tangent that we can talk about later. But that is something what we are looking at. People who are sensitive enough, they understand what mental health issues are, even not in, a proper professional capacity, but just understand that these things exist. Do not negate या, उनकी feelings को rubbish ना कर दे कि ये तो exist ही नहीं करता है, और उनकी बात सुने. That's all that we are looking at a person, a support system on which a person can fall on, if at all they fall. Because what happens is कि जिन लोगों को पहली बात या समझ नहीं आ रहा होता कि उनको क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रही है, या अगर उन्हें समझ आ भी जाता है कि उनकी क्या प्रॉब्लम है, ड्यू टू द एनवायरमेंट ऑफ स्टिग्मा इन आवर सोसाइटी एंड वर्ल्ड वाइड with respect to mental health, which is changing now. मगर जो वो environment है ना, उसमें लोगों को कोई ऐसा इंसान मिल जाए जो कि उनकी बात सुन के उनको judge ना करे, is what people require from a peer, and that's why we call them peers. So family members, friends, or whoever else around a person who can listen to them, empathize with them and not sympathize, empathize with them, and last but not the least, understand and encourage them to accept that they have an issue. But everything comes down to a mindset. Whatever we are talking right now, whatever we will talk for a few more days or months or years, whenever we talk about mental health, will come down to mindset. Till the time people don't change their basic mindset on what mental health issues are, and do not make your आपकी पूरी environment को enabling नहीं बनाते लोगों की बात करने के लिए, क्योंकि जब तक आप बात नहीं करोगे, जब तक आप बोलोगे नहीं कि आपको कुछ हो रहा है, या आप समझोगे नहीं कि दूसरे को कुछ हो रहा है, तब तक चीजें बदलना बहुत मुश्किल है. So therefore, step one is make that environment, help people talk. Do not force them to talk. Do not pressurize them to talk. Ki bolo. No. Let them talk at their own pace. Understand what it is. Help them accept it. And yes, please encourage them to move on to professional help. Because आप psychologist नहीं है, आप psychiatrist नहीं है, आप सिर्फ an important person of that person's life who just wants to help him or her in the best way possible, and that is up to take them to a mental health practitioner. Very important. If you just compare it to physical illness, किसी को बुखार होता है, especially आजकल अगर खांसी जुकाम हो जाए, the first thing you will do is rush to a professional help. You are not going to take out medicines or not show them a video or let them hear music and be like, you do this and everything is gonna be all right. That is not what you do when a physical illness happens. Similarly, when something like, a person is not feeling okay or is feeling low, or other words that, vocabulary we use. So try and just encourage them to accept it, refer them to a professional help and just be a support system. That is all to me is what a peer can do and should do. That's it.
Thank you very much. Okay, going forward, Pooja, being a young person yourself who's engaging with a lot of other young people in college and other spaces, आप लोगों को क्या support चाहिए होगा? What support would you require from your family members, colleges, civil society organization, government या policy implementers? वो आपको कैसे help करें इस दौरान when you're facing so many mental health issues?
Yeah, so all of these are that you mentioned, like colleges, families. At this point, they are our course. We need the core support from them only. So talking about family, the most important support a family can provide to a youngster right now is emotional support. As in a situation like this, we are living with our families only. We are talking to them only. So it's important that the families are able to understand us. They're able to see if we are having mood swings, then give us some time on our own. They are ready to listen to what we want to say, even if it's about being anxious. They should realize it. Okay, that's a state of mind, and they should accept it. They should not scold their children about why are you being anxious. Is there something happening with you? What is the problem you're facing? They should try to understand the child. Then about the colleges, due to this COVID-19 lockdown, most of the colleges, they shifted their teaching to the online mode. As a result of which many of the students faced a lot of problem because they didn't have like laptops, proper internet connectivity, which resulted in panic and anxiety from their side because they thought we are missing out on something. Other students are learning, but why aren't we able to learn? What is our fault in this? So the colleges can be a bit more adjusting in terms of all of this. And due to the online classes going like repeatedly, it has created a certain kind of, it has become monotonous for the students. So there should be change of schedule, as a Prajita ma'am just mentioned. There can be games. The students can engage in some of the things where they really feel like, okay, this is a class, but this is fun also. Also talking about mental health here, like the normal classes, we can have some of the schedules, like we can conduct some of the talks, some of the mental health workshops can be conducted during this time. And the best support, what we should tell like about the colleges should be given, should be asked from students only. What kind of support do you want? So that will be very explanatory, and that will actually be the truth. Colleges can consult students about what kind of support they can give. And the CSOs plays a very important role here because they are creating awareness. They, like one of the organization like Priya today, we are talking about this. I'm sure there are many people who are getting to know some new things, so they can spread the word of awareness. They can tell some other people, so that will help in one way. The government and policy implementers, they play a very important role because probably government is the only central body that can communicate to all the masses in India, be it the grandparents to the children. They, if there is a speech by the prime minister, everyone listens to that. So they can talk about mental health. They can tell the people about the importance of mental health, and trust me, after this the people will start taking it seriously. And most of the mental health issues some people are facing is only because of the government to some level, because there is lack of clarity that the government has given us. The businesses are low, people are losing their jobs. It's very difficult. So the government can also, the policy implementers and the government can give some intense incentives. Some of the policies can be given so that they feel that they are secured, they have a future after that. Also after the lockdown, the economy is low, but still there is something they can do. And government is running like many apps, like Arogya Setu, many of us might be knowing of. It has a lot of information. Why don't they include something like mental health in there? Many people are already accessing it, so they can read about it there. There can be helpline numbers. So these are some of the ways, like colleges, family, government, they can all work together, and it will help in improving the mental health of many.
Thank you very much. This was actually very helpful and something which we can also pitch for in future. Thank you for your suggestions. So there are two questions in the question answers thing, if anyone would like to answer. So I'll read out one question. There's a question which says that there's always a bias between treatment of different people, different genders. So जैसे अगर लड़का है तो उसको अगर उसको प्रॉब्लम है तो अगर उसको मेंटल हेल्थ इशू है तो उसको बोला जाएगा कि you're cry baby or you're loser. So how can we get away with this misconception? How do you think as we as a society can help them or give them an environment where they can feel comfortable? Any one of the panelists who will please feel free to answer.
I think
So in a situation like this, I would say firstly we should get this thing out of our mind that mental health is related to any gender. It is not. Some people say, okay, she's a girl, she's having some mood swings of her own, or he's a boy, how can he cry, how can he have problems, be a man. These are some of the things that we as youth only, we have to spread the word of awareness. We have to tell people it's not based on gender. And CSOs probably, they are already doing a lot of work here. They can probably also have some of the conferences or webinars on this specifically, like breaking the gender stereotypes. And they can focus on mental health, particularly on these things. We as friends also sometimes unintentionally we tend to do that. So we have to bring a change within ourselves, then only we can expect some change in the society. So yeah.
Thank you. Aprajita, you wanted to speak something? Yes.
Yeah, it's actually in addition to what Pooja was saying, which is that, there are two aspects to this. One is that a lot of people work towards, specific populations who are vulnerable towards mental health issues. So, when we talk about, if we talk about gender, so there's the whole LGBTQI community and women, separately. So they have been...
Aprajita, sorry to cut you. Can you bring your mic a little closer?
Yeah, I understood that. So I was just saying that there are two aspects to this. First aspect is that there are a lot of organizations who are working with specific populations who are vulnerable to mental health issues, which has been proved by research, be it the LGBTQI community, be it young people, as we are talking about them today, and women. So from the gender perspective, yes, there are more vulnerable populations who might have who might face more mental health issues because of other social determinants in their life that are a cause of that. But very rightly what Pooja said, it is not just that because they are vulnerable, only those populations will get affected by a mental health issue. It is very important to find the distinction that due to certain social determinants in our society, certain populations get affected more, but that doesn't negate the fact कि ये mental health issues कभी भी किसी को भी अपनी life में हो सकते हैं. It is not exclusive, if I may use that word, to certain populations. It can happen to anyone and everyone. There are instances where we've talked about men, as the chat was also saying that they are not they're judged, or they there's some bias towards them. So that is something that comes from within the society itself. Reiterating what Pooja is saying, that the young people need to spread the word and the young people need to be advocates of the same. Because one thing that again is probably an overarching comment towards all of this is the problems exist in the society and so does the solutions. We can obviously, if you want, we can start pinpointing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's pretty much going to come out to changing your own mindset. Start the change that you want to expect in yourself. Start the change that you want in the society within yourself first. So once you do that, that is the only time that you can get into achieving a bias-free environment in our society. So yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so Maliha, there was a specific question for you, as in जो संगत ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है वो डेटा कैसे कलेक्ट करना, हमने थोड़ा सा इसके बारे में बताया, बट वो कैसे डेटा को अंडरस्टैंड कर रहा है ताकि फ्यूचर में जब उनको प्रोजेक्ट्स इंप्लीमेंट करें, बेसिकली हाउ इज दे आर कलेक्टिंग एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग द डेटा फॉर फ्यूचर फील्ड एक्शन.
Right.
So you can just briefly talk about
Sure.
that.
I think, looking at Priya also, so what we are trying to do is, and there are a few projects related कि हम participatory kind of research करें, right? That means to actually bring more of youth voices in this. So I think here abhi to in-person workshops are very difficult, but we have been trying to do sort of some focus group discussions and online workshops where we can talk about. So we have one program which actually talks about mental health. So we offer like about a 45-minute session which is around discussing issues on mental health, busting certain myths, like talking about certain questions. So to do a workshop format on that, and then the way we typically do it in schools is that we would collect certain information from people who are then interested in accessing resources जिन्हें चाह रहे हैं कि हम counseling लें या फिर to move further with this. But even at that one group level, it can be really helpful to get some more information around this. Another topic I know I'm personally quite interested in is in youth resilience also. So a lot of what we're talking about here is as we find our ways to struggle, but also we find certain strengths. So we have certain factors, within ourselves that of course give us some strengths, like our ability to problem solve, our ability to think about future things, our ability to make certain goals for ourselves. And then of course there are resources around us that also provide us resilience, to have spaces. So that's something that I'm interested in working on further, is to look at what are these inner factors as well as the resources around us that could be helpful. So yes, in terms of we are hoping that we do get a lot more as we continue to work. We keep our focus on getting more information from youth and adolescents themselves, and that's something that our public engagement team is always doing, through even certain Instagram live sessions. They've just been an open session with certain members at Sangat, to ask questions, and then we provide resources or do a workshop around some skills. I can probably share this link also, but we were talking about like gender. So even with gender, I think there are some really good exercises, and there was a question in the box also that a lot of times youth are struggling because there's this over focus that now you have to focus on academics, you have to focus on your future, but around you everything is telling you that these things are paused, abhi ye nahi chal raha hai. So it can be a great time to invest in certain other life skills, right? And so one part of that is to understand, like work on communication skills more, to actually spend the time to think about like what are some of these lapses that I feel like I could build up in myself, whether it's writing skills and keeping a journal practice, whether it's actually building communication skills. And along with that, a big area could be our sensitization to issues around gender and around caste and class. So there are certain activities, and I'll try and share some with you all which you can pass on, but there is a very interesting activity called the Gender Box, which really addresses some of our biases that we have from growing up, which are often beyond us and not our fault, both for men, for women, for other genders. That as somebody was saying in the panel, it's not about कि हमारी gender है तो मतलब masculinity, femininity तो दोनों में हो सकती है ना. It can belong to everybody, and certain kind of ways in which we are socialized. Understanding some of these kind of biases jo hai, understanding some of the ways in which we've raised from a curious and exploratory way can be very helpful. And I'm hopeful that even some of our work, whether it's Sangat and for all of us as practitioners, that we start to think about these kind of issues that intersect also with well-being.
Yes, thank you very much, Maliha. So there's a question in the question answer box that do you think some students or young people may be getting more frustrated because they're unable to understand why are they learning online, because it's a complete change for all the students as well. So how do we handle this situation, or how have you come across such a situation, or how are you dealing with such a situation? If anyone from the panelists, please feel free to answer.
Yeah, I'll answer that. So teaching, basically attending classes online myself, I can say there's a bit of boredom that the students are facing. They are getting frustrated that why should we attend online classes? Who's there to see us, whether we are attending or even we are not attending? Also, the teaching methods have changed. Now the teacher is not talking to you like face to face. She's just giving some notes, some questions, and you can read it whenever you have time. Then obviously when a child is not like given that kind of attention, like when a teacher is speaking and you are listening, so that the attention goes away. This is creating another level of frustration because sometimes the internet is not working, someone is saying something, the teacher is saying don't say that. These are some of the examples that we experience daily while attending like online classes. So this has created a bit of pressure. Even the open book examinations that are happening for some universities, students are in a state of shock and panic because they are saying we are not able to digest the fact that we'll just be given 2 hours. How can we do it? So there's a certain kind of pressure, the pressure of what if my exam doesn't get completed? What about my career then? So it has created a lot of anxiety in the minds of many.
I would like to continue
Sure.
with that. Just the other side of the table, because as she was the one who was attending these classes, I was one of them who was taking these classes. So, as part of my, being a research student, so was taking a few classes in my college, and I completely understand that what these issues were, because at the end of the day, as humans, everybody was facing these issues, be it students, be it teachers, so completely agree to what Pooja was saying. The two things that I just want to flag here is, first, people who have access to these online mediums. So what happens is, as Pooja was saying, the boredom that exists or the frustration that gets it. So we tried an innovative method in our classes, and I think that is something, and Pooja was a part of that, so probably she'll agree, that we introduced games, and I think she talked about it थोड़ा time पहले, जहाँ पे हम लोगों ने अलग-अलग ट्रेंडिंग गेम्स जो कि हम ऑनलाइन तरीके से, चाहे वो कोई क्लासरूम है, चाहे वो व्हाट्सएप है, जिस भी तरीके से हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स तक भेज सकें, which has something that they learn out of it. It's not just a game to engage them and उसके बाद वो you were happy and now you can go. It had some learning behind it. So as I was sharing, चाहे वो work from home का bingo था, चाहे वो लॉकडाउन का बिंगो था कि लॉकडाउन में आपने क्या क्या एक्टिविटीज करी हैं, आप बताइए कि उनमें से कौन सी you've done, अगर नहीं करी हैं तो फिर करो, share your score, share your achievement. So that process. Then there was one जिसमें हम लोगों ने उन्हें पूरा एक दिया था, there was words which can help them to not step on each other's necks and toes, relax, revive your relationships. So there were a lot of these jumbling wala words that so it was in the form of games, because every time if I come, even as a teacher, or and try to explain, I know that there will be these barriers that we will face due to the online medium. So using innovative tools and techniques so as to give the same information and engage the students in a way that they don't feel bored and yet are part of the online teaching community is very important. Second, I would just like to say about people who do not have access to online resources. This is something, again, through internet, I got to know an initiative that's in Kerala. So what they've done is they have taken all their online teaching, whatever material they had, and started broadcasting it on television, because the penetration of television is higher in terms of mobile phones and data services, internet services, and people and on the national channel, so whatever their channel was. So that in a way seemed to be a very innovative and interesting approach to reach out to people who might not be able to join online classes, and because of whatever issue they are facing, be it infrastructural or anything else. So that was again an innovative thing. So probably these 2-3 things can be scaled up or adopted by different institutions. And for the games, if anybody is interested, they can reach out to me. I can let them know that how was the process, because that was first time. And the Kerala project is also available, again, ironically online, so they can learn about it more there.
All right, thank you, Pooja and Aprajita. So another thing which I would specifically like to ask Maliha and Aprajita is that you've been working in the sector for a very long time now. And last time जब हमने webinar किया था, बहुत सारी discussions हो रही थी कि mental health issue इससे भी आ रहा है कि जो बच्चे हैं और जो, क्योंकि with the lockdown there were increased cases of domestic violence and child abuse cases. So in that case, it was very difficult for children and adolescents to come out of those spaces. So how can we support them? And this was question also raised by one of the participants right now. So from your experience, if you've come across such a situation, how have you dealt with it?
Now, Maliha, would you want to take it?
Yeah, sure. The thing is, again, यहाँ पे it's often ऐसा नहीं है कि it can be an easy solution. And I, in fact, responded to this question that came up in the chat. क्योंकि कभी-कभार we are forced to, because of circumstances, be around places that have either been traumatic in the past or that continue to, offer that. So, there is a risk also with some amount of victim blaming. So we have to maybe shift our focus thoda towards self-management. So for people who are under these circumstances, it is important to put your well-being and your boundaries first and foremost in place. So if there's already support that one has through a counselor or some resources, these are really helpful as ways to kind of help continue some support and accountability every week in these spaces. There is some attempts. I know the Maharashtra government has done this. When I was earlier there were some initiatives there, and I think there's some even in Delhi and Rajasthan, where they are sort of more positive parenting programs that are also coming about. We have to understand that yes, it's not that domestic violence or child abuse is something that we want to normalize, no way at all. But there are ways of even looking at some restoration and reparation from that. That there is, of course, support that has to be provided to survivors, as well as some awareness and knowledge provided to the perpetrators or to the people who may be doing this. And abuse has many formats. It can be physical, it can be sexual, it can be emotional as well. So building sort of some more knowledge around that is really important. And I would say that there are a lot of there's Rahi, there are some other helplines that are really focused more with children and women, and then there are some focused a little bit towards men as well. These can be helpful as, again, resources to reach out to, even if there's no counselor that you're working with on a regular basis, just to reach out to as a crisis helpline, or to call in those moments when something is being triggered. So the biggest part about it is that, again, coming back to that box I'd mentioned, that even for trauma, aise hota hai ki it can come back to one of these 4 areas and be felt. So it's important to create that at that moment as best possible in a place of safety for yourself. Whether that involves some amount of physical separation, whether that involves being able to reach out to a helpline or speak to somebody at that moment. That can help kind of protect from some of these reactions that are happening that are much more long lasting. So that's something that I will say. But it is a difficult situation. This is definitely something that has been one of the very adverse effects of the lockdown, and has gone kind of unnoticed again by a lot of places where just by locking people up with people who are perpetrators there, it is something that can have a lot of mental health and health impacts.
Yeah, just continuing as to what Maliha was saying, and I won't repeat because I agree to most of it. There are just again 2 things that I want to add. One is our child helpline. If anybody who does not know about it, who's part of our attendees, and if he can spread it further, it's 1098. That is 1098. That's the child abuse helpline that is there nationally. That's one. Second, just adding on to one more thing. When we talk about helplines and we talk about other counselors that one can reach to and all of that, so one of the biggest issues that one faces is that the perpetrator is right there in their house. And with the lockdown, it becomes very difficult to get away from that particular situation or that person and try and get help. So and otherwise also, but the lockdown has kind of decreased the chances of that happening. So one thing that I'd again my clock comes back to mindset all the time, and things that people around us can do. And as a society, we have to take the responsibility at the end of it, because there have been instances where I've read and I've heard where people have said that unke ghar ki baat hai, hum kyun beech mein pade, ya unka ghar ka hai, hame kya pata kiski fault hai, various other notions that one has. So it is time for people as a society to step up, because keeping in mind that the person might not be able to ask for help because they are with the perpetrator 24/7 right now. If you see something like this, or if you feel that something like this is happening, please intervene. Because as a person who is being ignorant towards what is happening, you are as equal, as to be, I'll not say blamed, but somebody who is responsible for what is happening. So therefore, it is very important to keep those helplines and keep everything else in your mind, so as to not just for your people and your surroundings, but even for people whom you see in your distant society who might be going through something like that.
Thank you very much, Maliha and Aprajita. The information was very helpful. I think we're almost, it's 11:53 and I have an eye on the time. So I think we've tried to cover a lot of questions, and the discussions were really, really helpful, I'm sure, for all the participants, for all of us as well who were part of the panelists. My 2-3 takeaways from this entire conversation would be that it's okay to have conversation. We should have conversation. It's okay to accept that we're having some issue. And it's just okay to consult a friend, family, or even a psychologist. It's absolutely fine. And as people who can access this information, we should play an important role in spreading this information, of explaining about these issues to different people who cannot read and write in English language, because a lot of resources are available in English language or not in other regional languages. So it's our responsibility. And I think there were a lot of resources shared in the chat option, which was shared by the panelists, and we will collate these responses, and we will also add this in the report, which we'll share towards the end, like in a week. Is there anything else which your panelists would like to add? There's also a question flashed on your screen. Please answer that question. It will be really helpful for us as well as for the panelists.
Right. There's actually a question that I'll address, in person, and it may be a good way to also wrap up this very important conversation. I think the cheese that's confusing sometimes is that, no matter what when reaching out for any kind of support or mental health, there's a lot of question and some self-stigma also that comes, that will this, and there's a question on, do drug or therapies really cure mental health issues? And it takes a lot of courage to go into such a situation and actually speak about your problems. So I think, yes, definitely it's very courageous, and it is very much an important step to take, and to realize कि ये आपके लिए है. It's a first step for yourself. So it's about, putting as much as possible, realizing that there may not be a cure, and I don't want, in fact, us to see it as a cure because saying by cure, it means that something is wrong, that we are, somehow flawed, or we are not normal, or there's something wrong with us. So it's time to shift that conversation and actually to kind of personalize our care. And it could look different for different people. For some people, therapy is important. For some people, volunteering is important on mental health issues. For some people, there are many ways in which you can keep your mental well-being. So that's something that I want to say, that, we can shift the conversation from it being an illness and a cure to more self-awareness, more support. Social media will always create a lot of, awareness, but also comparison, and some unhealthy comparisons bhi ho sakte hain. Okay, this person seems to be doing better than me, and the grass is always greener on the other side is what is mentioned, So it's important to kind of, realize first and foremost that keeping oneself, in mind, and the people around you in mind, when we are thinking about support is very important. I think, as Nikki, as we shared earlier, Prajita and Nikita, that talking about where we can support the people around us also, whether they are friends, our peers, our neighborhoods. So sometimes, looking inward, but also looking around us to see where we can move forward. I think that will really result, as more people are engaged, more people are having conversations, increase awareness. That is how mental health can really be, pushed forward and, projected in our society.
Thank you very much. This is very helpful. Prajita, Pooja, do you want to add something?
I just wanted to answer a question that I saw. Will the online classes reduce the importance of classroom teaching? So the need of the hour is that the students should get educated, and the teachers and the colleges are doing what they can. No, it won't reduce the importance, because that will always be a priority for the student, that he or she learns in front of the teacher. But we are all doing what we can. And my last statement for this webinar would be, treat mental health being as important as any other physical injury or physical disease. Speak to others, spread the word of awareness, and be happy, stay calm. Thank you.
Thank you. Very well said.
Yeah, and everything's answered. Everything is there. The only thing that probably I'd like to add in the end would be reiterating what I've already said, that for people who want change in the society, just look into yourself, and I hope the change that you expect, you are the agents of that change as well, by inculcating those things in yourself first. So just do that. Try and change one person at a time. Change yourself, change the people around you, and just remain optimistic. Things will change, things will get better. To people who saying nothing is going to get better and kuch nahi hone wala, please stay positive. Things will change. Everybody is working with each day towards this, and yes, we will have an inclusive society at the end of it for sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you all the panelists for taking out time and coming with us, sharing your experiences and the information you had. Thank you all the people who's actually put forward their questions and made this discussions more relevant and interesting. Thank you for joining us. And we will be having one more webinar in few weeks, and it will be around one of the issues which came across in our previous webinars. It was on education. So how is education impacting the young people? So we'll have discussions we'll try to answer the questions on online learning during that webinar. Please feel free, please, stay connected with us and with other organizations like Mind Specialists and Sangat on social media. See the resources, share with your friends, colleagues, with your family members, and please take care of yourself.